It's time now for Kara's Cures. Are you tired of just feeling tired all the time? The hustle
Yes.
and bustle of the holidays, especially this time of year, can leave you feeling even more depleted.
Naturopathic Dr. Artemis Morris is about to here to tell us how to treat adrenal fatigue.
Adrenal fatigue.
Adrenal fatigue. Doctor, I can't even say it, no less. I don't want it.
Yeah, you're doing a great job there, but a lot of us have adrenal fatigue and don't know it. So it's a really important thing to chat about.
Tell us first, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
So adrenal fatigue is a imbalance of our body's stress response, and it can result in a number of different symptoms. It's a physiological state, but it can affect our body, our mind, our spirit. And there's a number of symptoms, including fatigue, difficulty sleeping, poor memory, difficulty losing weight, aches and pains, also getting sick easily, low libido, memory. So these are all part of our body's normal stress response. But when that chronic daily stress happens, you've got to get the kids ready, you've got to do the cards. It can really offset our body's normal response and make us lead to adrenal fatigue.
Okay, now literally what you just described, I have all of them. Like, the pain, literally all of them. And I'm like, well, I must have this.
A lot. I mean, I know that I've talked to you, about my own, and we decided I needed some help because, if you go and you keep pushing, what happens, I guess, is we just get, your adrenals just go into overdrive and then your stress response is all out of whack.
So there's the normal physiological stress response, like what our body does when we're having to do things that are beyond what we think we can handle, like a lot of work or burning the candle at both ends, is basically our body's adrenal glands. They produce cortisol, which is a hormone that affects many other systems. And it's part of our normal stress response. The problem is if it goes on too long and it's more than we can handle and we're not sleeping well, we're not eating well, we're not exercising, we're feeling like we're not doing anything for fun, and we just keep pushing it, then our body's stress response, the cortisol will go up too high, which can over time lead to a syndrome called Cushing's, or it could go too low eventually, which is the third stage of something called Adrenal Adaptation syndrome, a normal stress response that's gone out of whack. And that's when we're worn out and we need some help to take a break and replenish our system.
So there isn't a definitive test. So how do you know if you have this and what can we do to treat it?
Yeah.
So there's not a definitive test, but we can look at the symptom picture, and we can also test something called cortisol, and that's one of the stress hormones. There's other hormones, DHEA, and we can see, is it running a little high normal or is it running low normal, and give us a sense of where we are. But you could really tell when you're worn out. This is related to burnout syndrome, which we see in a lot of healthcare workers. But, holidays are a prime time for burning out because we're doing everything we normally do. And now we've got these additional things to do. And there could be a lot of psychological stress also around the holidays.
So rest, eat well, move around, keep going. Or tell us a little bit about those. So
first thing is to take a break when when you're feeling that. And I know this is the hardest one to do. Take a break when you're feeling like you're pushing yourself, because a lot of us are just like, let's just push through it. But, take a break, take some deep breaths when you feel like you're feeling stressed out. So just noticing your body's stress response. The other thing is rest. Definitely you want to get good quality rest, really make a priority your sleep, drink some calming teas. Eat really well. So what that means is getting enough protein in with every meal, is avoiding too many sugars, which is hard right now. So make the healthier holiday choices. And too much caffeine also. It can boost you up initially, a little good for like a little bit in the beginning, but too much can really wear you down. It's called credit card energy if you drink too much coffee, basically. And the next thing you want to do is move. So get a little light exercise, even if it's sitting down and doing a little light stretching or just a little Tai Chi, yoga. There's so many things that you can do to move your body, go for a walk. And then the other thing is, this is more on the naturopathic medical line, is the stress of supplements and herbs and spices called adrenal adaptogens. And these are the types of plants that help to buffer that stress response and make you more resilient to that chronic daily stress. Things like holy basil, things like ashwagandha. There are a number of adrenal adaptogens. Even turmeric works like an adrenal adaptogen. So, yeah, but that's something you would want to ask a practitioner about.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want us just going out and just herbs are medicines or just buying the stuff that we don't know or if it interacts. It's good to talk to someone like yourself, which are right here in Connecticut. We could do that. I know I'm taking something called Adrenal Assist. I do think it really helps me. It has a lot of B vitamins in it.
A lot of people, Doc, said I have gas, and they're absolutely right. But you're saying it's general adaptation syndrome.
Wow. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's was coined by Dr. Hans Selye, who was the father of this field called psychoneuroimmunology, but this field basically looking at how our body physiologically responds to stress. And at first we're handling it stage 1, stage 2, maybe we're not handling it so well. We're tired, we're wired but tired, we can't sleep, you know, some physical symptoms like fatigue. And then if you keep going, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah, correct.
That's when you crash and burn. And that could lead to some pathological systems that are diagnosed by endocrinologists.
All right.
Okay.
I walked into a chandelier. Help me with that. Thanks, Doc.